Spine-tingling stuff ahead of the MTN8 final. But the Buccaneers will have fulsome support. This is their lineup, 2 changes from their win over Chippa United in their last outing. Patrick Maswanganyi with a little bit of a knock that kept him out of Bafana duty. He's replaced by Sipho Mbule in midfield. And a little surprise on the flank, Rele Bogile Mofokeng in for Osman Apollos, despite the fact Apollos had 2 excellent performances for the national team in World Cup duty over the last week. So, tactically, here is how they line up today.
Yep, we'll let the Pirates come in with this one in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Very familiar centre-back pairing of Ziem and Bogazi at their youngest. They are able to manage that line, the defensive line of the Pirates. But look forward to the double pivots of Nduli and Mbata. Nduli, obviously, from Stellenbosch, will be under a lot of pressure. Looking forward to seeing what Rele, coming back into the starting lineup, will have to contribute to the team's performance.
Here they are, the title holders. Victory over Stellenbosch in last year's final by 3-1 at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. 2 changes for a Stellenbosch side who lost to Mamelodi Sundowns in their last outing, with Janino Palace coming into the lineup along with Sanele Barnes. Palace performed in the last 2 finals, one as a starter and as a substitute in last year's encounter in Durban.
Yep, Stellenbosch coming into this one, 4-1-4-1 formation. Looking forward to Barnes and Palace as that single pivot, making sure that he anchors that midfield. Barnes and Palace going right in front of him. But yeah, a Stellenbosch that will be looking at neutralizing the threats of Orlando Pirates. You're seeing a Mujela on the left, Titus on the right. That's where the outlets, that's where the creativity is, hoping to link up with De Jong, who's the focal point.
Bekazeli Mbokazi will be 20 next week. Teenage captain lifting the trophy at the end of this evening's encounter. Orlando Pirates in their traditional black colours, Stellenbosch in their change strip tonight. They are wearing all white.
It's good to see Mbule being forced to track back and really try and defend.
Now here's Hotto. Mbule's calling for it, but Mbata gets the shot in. And that would have swerved a little bit, made it difficult for Stevens.
Yep. I don't know how Mbata always gets those ones. They always just have a swerve. It must be some sort of technique. Always gets them on target. Very uncomfortable for the goalkeeper.
Now Barnes wants it back from Mujela. First touch a little heavy, allows Siema in there. Now Mbule, left-footed, finds Mofokeng, lovely skills from him. Siema continues his run, and Malloy Sani kicks that against him, so it's going to be a goal kick.
It seems to be like a coaching element or an encouragement aspect from the 2 centre-backs who really always want to bomb forward and join in the attack. It's quite impressive because they have the ability to read when it's safe enough to do so.
Very refreshing aspect, and we saw Mbokazi do that against Nigeria. He probably came closest to scoring a second goal for South Africa.
Yeah.
Taken away here by Titus. Now the counter-attack. Good clearing header from Sikhe Ndule. That was headed for Mujela. Well, we're already halfway through the first half here, and this is edge of the seat stuff. Just the way a cup final should be.
Yep.
Otto beats Titus, has a look up. What are his options? Sabili Billy on the left. Cross inside. Chance for Mbule. That's a goal kick. Well, excuse me, corner's been given.
Yeah, corner for Orlando Pirates. And this is the player that I have been really impressed with in Tiane. Just 24 years old, CDM position, the timing, he reads the game very well. An important block just denying Mbule maybe a cross and potential goal-scoring opportunity.
One here by Sibeli. Back again from Mofokeng. On target, saved by Stevens. Half-time, says Mr. Mdluli. Just taking a little too much time about getting the ball back into play, and quite rightly, we're at 45 minutes, so half-time it is. Your thoughts quickly, Amanda.
Very well drilled Stellenbosch, resilient, compact. They had to neutralize the likes of Sibili with the speed, but also Mbule, the playmaker. And I think they've really done well.
There were a couple of strong efforts in on goal from Orlando Pirates that tested Sage Stevens. But an even contest here at Bombela Stadium. No goals in the first 45 minutes. Everything to play for. Now De Jong loses out. Here's Nduli, rides the challenge from Palace. Nduli looking for Makgopa. Saved by Stevens. The Buccaneers denied.
Good save indeed from Stevens.
Well, you were talking about the well-weighted ball. That was super.
Yeah, indeed. Very, very well timed from Makgopa as well to just read the flight of the ball. I think Moloi-Sane just fumbling that one, but Sage Stevens coming into this match, probably one of the goalkeepers with most saves, with 8 saves coming into this game, so it becomes very important in terms of positioning and really to stay switched on.
Now, Orlando Pirates with Makgopa. Sibili to the byline. Gets it inside, no one there to finish it. Siema from long range, over the top. Half chance there for Orlando Pirates.
Half chance, but a big chance at the same time. We haven't seen Orlando Pirates really penetrating up until that area. Sibili here, just that tight movement in the tight spaces, he keeps the ball alive. I think Paulus didn't really anticipate.
Ndaka, Chinyani, little chip in, lovely ball for De Jong, for Titus, out wide to Barnes, tight angle, saved by Chain, in Chinyani, Jabbar, here comes Ndaka, De Jong at the back post, but Chain makes another good save. They're under siege at the moment. That was out of play from Sanele Barnes, that ball played back, just curled out of play and back into play.
Good football around here from Stellies, making sure that they beat the pressure on the ball from Orlando Pirates. It's a 3v3 situation on this left hand. A dink inside the box, but for me it's them recycling. The composure, the calm in the box, not panicking, just looking for that opening. But just another chance goes a-begging.
Hotto inside, Hotto again, left foot, oh, that's across the face of goal and not far away from Dion Hotto.
We hadn't seen Dion Hotto bombing forward in this entire match. This one time he finds that space, he continues his run, tries to get just the most slightest of touch. That should have been a goal.
Absolutely. Sikhe Ndule, Apollos, Mofokeng, Hotto in a bit of space. There's Hotto! Well, he's on fire tonight and he's got some accuracy too, but Stevens comes up with a save.
Yeah, the second time around, instead of going for that cross once again, he decides to just go for target.
5 made by Steve Barker. Now here's Apollos on the charge. Mabasa in the middle. The cross comes in over Moneni. a little high, I think, for him.
Yeah, a little high for him, but you have to compliment him getting into that space in the first half. Pirates were playing those kind of balls, really trying to go for the back post. And this time around, there's a connection that is made. Apollo's 2 subs coming in, combining, and this just means that it's a matter of time. Orlando Pirates are knocking and they're getting into the right spaces.
Tignani. Orlando Pirates looking to make another change. We can see MTN8 standing by. Now, De Jong for a coup, and Chain at the second grasp.
Stellies just keep searching for that ball behind the Orlando Pirates defense, and this time around, Chain called into action, really does well. I think what's going to be key has to be the freshness. Looking at a team like Stellies, they've decided to go with 7 defenders and 3 attackers, which makes the options for an attacking approach a little bit minimal. But for Orlando Pirates, I think with the introduction of much more of the offensive players, gives them much more of a better opportunity with the fresh legs.
The start of extra time here at Bombela Stadium. Now De Jong beaten by Siema. Daka takes over. Kiba under a bit of pressure. Nduli, his former Galaxy teammate, steals it away from him. Here's Apollos driving this in. Moremi! The Buccaneers have the lead. The wall has been broken and Moremi scores.
I think Moremi, when we speak about impact players, we're expecting game changers to come onto the park. Super subs combining, Apollos with the cross. Moremi with his speed does really well to track the ball, anticipates very well. With one of the most decisive touches, and that's what Orlando Pirates needed.
And Sike Nduli winning the ball in the middle against his old club to set that up. Get it out wide for Apollos. Pili puts him on the ground, but the shot blocked. Mokobodi loses out to Nduli. Space here for Moremi. Still Moremi. Can he make it 2? Saved by Stevens. Malloy Sane. Nduli, Apollos, Mofokeng, still Mofokeng. Oh, lovely ball here for Moremi. Mabasa, 2-0. Mofokeng set that up. Mabasa finishes it. Gets his first of the season. And the coaches come all the way down to celebrate with him. Look at Apollos playing the ball here. There's Mofokeng, then out wide to Moremi. And the square pass inside. Lovely, lovely ball from Mofokeng. And exquisite cutback by Moremi. And a big striker like that is not going to miss from that range. End of the first half of extra time, and the 2 teams will switch over. Chance for a little bit of water. So Mabasa with goal number 2, Moremi with goal number 1. And Orlando Pirates on course to become the first side ever to win 4, dominating the MTN8. 2 of the last 3 Nedbank Cup finals as well. The one that they really battled in is the Carling knockout. Something to aim for this season. Apollos, lovely ball! Oh my word, that is special. That is a very special goal from Tsepang Moremi. What a ball from Apollos. Apollos, when we speak about precision, the weight of the pass to
complimented, beautiful run by Moremi, I'm sure, to make sure that he stays onside.
There's very little answer for this. It was a mistake to play the passing, but look at the run for Moremi. And then this little touch on the outside of the foot.
We spoke about tired leg.
4 successive seasons, a new benchmark for South Africa. Cross United Sibisi will get the MTN8 trophy, and Orlando Pirates will lift it for a 4th successive year. They have won the MTN8 one more time. Total dominance for the Buccaneers and champions of the MTN8 again.